Franklin Whitmore stood outside his upscale boutique on Main Street in Charleston. At 47, he had built a life anyone would admire. Tailored suits, a respected name, retirement secured. He believed he had earned it all. That morning, something irritated him. Across the street stood an older man in a faded army jacket, gray beard untrimmed, holding a worn Bible. He wasn't shouting, just speaking gently. "God hasn't forgotten you," he told passersby. "If you need prayer, I'll stand with you." Franklin frowned.
"This is driving customers away,"
he told his manager.
"Call the police."
Officer Ramirez arrived, but instead of removing the man, he stepped out and embraced him. "Good to see you, Pastor Eli." Franklin stiffened.
"Officer, he's disturbing my business."
"Sir," Ramirez replied calmly, "would you walk with me? There's something you should see." Reluctantly, Franklin followed him a few blocks to a modest brick building, Grace Haven Community Kitchen. Inside the church basement, folding tables were filled with veterans, widows, and struggling families. The smell of homemade soup filled the room. Pastor Eli moved from table to table, serving plates, pouring coffee, listening. "He does this every day," the officer said quietly.
"From donations?"
Franklin asked. "No, from his own money." Franklin glanced at the pastor's worn boots.
"That's impossible."
The officer pointed to a framed newspaper article on the wall. "Local real estate tycoon sells entire portfolio to fund community outreach." The photo showed a younger Eli, clean-cut, confident, wealthy. "He owned half this district," Ramirez explained. 25 years ago, after a health scare, he said God changed his heart. He sold everything and started feeding people. He never stopped. Franklin felt unsettled. As they turned, Pastor Eli approached and studied his face. "Whitmore, are you Thomas Whitmore's son?" Franklin froze.
"You knew my father?"
35 years ago, he came to my office. The bank was taking your home. He hated asking for help, but he did. I paid off his debt." Franklin's throat tightened. "I told him something," Eli continued. "When your son grows up, teach him that money is a tool, not a master." Tears welled in Franklin's eyes. His father had passed the year before. He often spoke of a stranger who saved their family, but never shared his name. "Your father never forgot," Eli said gently. "He gave quietly to others his whole life. But somewhere along the way, you began believing success was the finish line." The words settled deep. For the first time in years, Franklin saw clearly. The awards, the memberships, the empty evenings after the applause faded. That afternoon, he didn't return to his boutique. He stayed. He poured coffee. He listened to a veteran describe sleeping in his truck. He watched a grandmother pack bread for her grandchildren. Before leaving, Franklin wrote the largest check of his life, not to grow his business, but to grow Grace Haven. That day, he understood. True wealth isn't what you keep, it's what you give away. If this story touched your heart, drop a heart below. And in the comments, write one word that matters most to you. Kindness, charity, or love. Let's see which one fills this space.